Good morning, y'all. I'm driving to do some work, and I was listening to some classic rock this morning. A little change up from the news, because I finally found out who's got elected president. They're gonna do a recount now, I found out. Anyhow, I was listening to Don't Feed Me No Lines, Keep Your Hands to Yourself, because it was on the radio. And I used to sing that song with different bands at rodeo dances and whatnot back in the day. And it got me thinking back to when I was in college. And I used to drive for Luke Branquinho. And I got to thinking about how a lot of the time I was by myself with very valuable horses. And one time for Luke's cousin, I picked up $2 million race horses out of the Central California coastal area and hauled them down to LA and left them in quarantine for 10 or 12 hours, and then picked them up and took them to the Korean Airlines warehouse or whatever there at LAX, and met this little English feller who he flew with the horses over to Korea where they were going. But I was thinking those were valuable horses left in my care just because, I mean, Luke's cousin knew that that's what I did at the time, and I was alright at doing it. I got to thinking one time I was by myself, I think in New Mexico, and I'm trying to think of the name of this horse. I think it was Mac. He was a sorrel horse. He was a Hayes horse, and he had a unique disposition. He was a little hard-headed, but or at least just with me. Anyways, he got loose from this trailer when I stopped to walk the horses, and it taught me to check as much as I could as I walked by from the outside before I opened the back door to let these horses out. Well, he got loose of his halter, and he got loose in this truck stop parking lot in New Mexico. And luckily there was access to an open field behind him, and he found it and went out there, and I got some grain together and spent the next good while trying to get this horse caught. But that's the only option I had. And I thought, today I was thinking, I could have quit or whatever. What else was I gonna do? I mean, it was either catch this horse or lose a horse. So I had to catch this horse. And it taught me, it kind of made me reflect in other situations in life where you just got to get something done. And in that instance, I didn't draw on any specific instance before that gave me the strength to do it. I just did what I knew to do to be best at the time, and in that time, and pretty much any time, feed works pretty good with horses. But I got this horse caught, and I'm not sure if I ever did tell Luke. I'll tell him now. I'll tag him in this. But it was more just me thinking, and it got me to thinking a little bit about working out, and so when you're faced with a situation where you rely on physical strength, if you've worked out before, it's going to help you out. But there won't so much be this one workout time that that's what made the difference. It's just that repetitive doing the right thing gave you the strength to do the right thing when it was going to count. And so maybe that's an encouragement to me for sure. Maybe it will be to you. Just do the next right thing, and we'll go with that. Y'all have a great day. All right then.